minutes of just trying to get this thing started. Yeah, we're just sitting over here trying to get this thing actually going. Okay, I can hear it. Everything's good, so let's go. Intro 1. Blech. Come on. It's gonna take forever to actually load sometimes. There we go. Oh, what's going on here? Now that's interesting. It has been 90 days, 3 full months since the Tree of Emptiness took root. The world has been successfully rewritten with the Lostbelts. The failing theoretical phenomenon is complete. Failing. Let us take a moment to celebrate this milestone. None of this would have been possible without each of your devoted efforts. Piss, you're giving us way too much credit. Kirshitaria. None of us has done anything worth celebrating yet. The foreign god did all the work, invading and rewriting history and the world and all that. All we've done is keep our Lostbelt kings in good spirits. The real work's only just starting, yeah? You don't get it, Burial. Stabilizing the Lostbelt and growing the tree are one and the same. Lord Kirshitaria is telling us to devote ourselves to maintaining our contracts with the Lostbelt servants, particularly masters like you who treat this as some kind of game. Wow, easy there, Ophelia. Looks really can kill when you're the one giving them. They don't piss her off. That aside, Lord Kirishita, how changed a bit since you woke up, haven't you? Don't worry, I won't give you too much shit about that. I get why you'd want to cling to someone under the circumstances, eh? But as long as we're on the subject, let me make something clear here. I've never been more serious in my life. We already died once. Think I don't know better than to treat this like a game? This foreign god person might have resuscitated us this time, but I don't see that happening a second time. Resuscitated. So you better believe that I want to get things taken care of while I'm still kicking. After all, can only enjoy I can only enjoy stealing and killing while you're alive. Don't you agree, David? Indeed, you cannot experience the sensation that accompanies methodical killing from the confines of the coffin. Happily, our respective regions are quite primitive, so we are afforded plenty of opportunities for that experience. You said it. They keep coming at us, practically begging us to kill them. Not a lot of time to screw around, huh? Okay, this is weird. I see. I feel sorry for your Lostbelts. What's the matter, Quebec? Burial is his usual self, but you seem a bit off. What's bothering you? Well, there's a lot of things, to tell you the truth. Some people already got their waifu. You look just dreadful. Oh my, those bags under your eyes. Have you not been sleeping, or is it just that you're under a lot of stress? Both. Never mind me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I'm sorry, you know I can't do that, Quebec. If you really want me to leave you be, then, at the very least, I need to see a smile from you. How could I not be sad seeing a friend so down in the dumps? I can't help worrying about you, whatever you might think on the subject. Understand? If you really want to be alone, you need to be strong enough to handle it. And if you're letting your stress show like that, then you clearly aren't. Why not try relieving a bit of that stress with a bit of fun? Oh, whoops. This subject won't win points for originality, but how about some tea? I found some gray tea leaves here in my own Lostbelt. Wow, you can find tea leaves in a Lostbelt? That's interesting. Psych. No, seriously, what the hell is happening with these guys? I'd be happy to let you have some. I bet the Grand Duchess would be delighted as well. None of your business. I swear you don't change no matter what happens, do you, Pepe? Pepe. Oh, flattery will get you everywhere. I must say, that wasn't bad, Kadok. I'm not praising you. That was an insult. Sheesh. How come you're not letting this guy not to treat this like a game, Ophelia? Peperoncino's different. He's always like this. Peperoncino. Isn't that the name of a character in Overlord? I'm pretty sure it is Peperoncino. Exactly. He doesn't listen to what people tell him. Oh. He doesn't listen to what people tell him. Just think about that weird nickname he picked for himself. He's a die-in-the-wool optimist, or maybe a natural-born outlaw. Either way, you don't want to see him get serious, you know? He'd only ever show his true colors if the shit really hits the fan. Like the apocalypse or something. Wait, isn't this the apocalypse? I don't know your criteria for the apocalypse there, buddy. Actually, scratch that. Maybe not even then. Okay. No more wasting our time, Curastoria. What did you want to talk about? We've already reported in about our Lostbelts. Mine isn't fit for territory expanding. I have no intention of competing with the rest of you. If you want to fight over who gets to rule the planet, knock yourselves out. Did I not already tell you this? I like her already. You think we buy that? You can't just shut yourself away and sit this one out, Akuta. In the end, we're going to have to choose a single Lostbelt. If you give up on expanding your Lostbelt's territory, it'll just be a matter of time until another Lostbelt invades it. You really want to just lose by default? You're okay with that? Yes, I am. And if my Lostbelt ends up disappearing, I'm fine with that too. This time, I just want to stay there right up to the end. As long as I'm satisfied, I'll go along with the rest of the cryptors. I'm guessing that's what they are, the cryptors. So you don't give a shit about this power struggle thing, huh? Can't blame you. We all know who's gonna win anyway. Karasima's could be all of ours put together with one hand tied behind his back. The whole game to figure out who's gonna be the king of the earth has been rigged from the start. I mean, you should see how bad mine and David's Lostbelts are. There's just no way these are possibilities for how humanity would turn out. But there's not a damn thing wrong with Itara's Lostbelt. Hell, things might even be better there than in proper human history. I highly doubt that. Not fair, right? I swear he was already the favorite to win before we even got started. No accounting for the luck of a born nobleman, huh? Kirstaria. Burial. Hold your tongue. Lord Kirstaria conquered that city entirely on his own merits. Why else do you think he has no fewer than 3 divine spirits? Well, that's unfair. Here. You will hold your tongue as well, Ophelia. Burial is not incorrect. Oh, so you're just gonna say that you're the best. But it's alright. It is plain to all that I will emerge the victor here. No comments about how I go about claiming my inevitable victory will change that. Now then, hologram or not, I did not call you all here today to go over your Lostbelts' growth. An hour ago, one of my servants foretold the appearance of a spirit origin graph in a round circle. A round circle? I think you mean round table? The spirit origin graph belongs to Chaldea, while the round circle no doubt refers to Mashkurelite's shield. Oh, that's what he means. This means they are finally about to emerge from the void space following their escape from Antarctica. So, they're still alive even after 3 whole months spent wandering void space. I see, and after Koyonashika went to all that trouble to have the Major Association appointed a new director who should have been easy to manipulate. Perhaps you made the wrong choice. Wu Daimei. My servant could have destroyed the entire base, you know. I'm pretty sure a lot of servants could have destroyed the entire base, but that's not the point. No, our plan was the best option available. Chaldea's defenses may not have been airtight, but they were formidable nonetheless. I'm glad somebody's actually using their head meat. In order for us to take control, it was necessary to convince Chaldea to let us in willingly by disguising ourselves as staffs, and then shut down Chaldea from within. Had we done things differently, the Chaldeans would simply have shifted away and stopped us. Koyonashika's plan was well conceived. Why do you keep calling bitch that? Just call her by her freaking name. She's still a bitch. With the benefit of hindsight, the only issue is the fact that a certain servant did not act of their own accord, but that is hardly Kodak's fault. After all, of the 3 servants who serve as the foreign god's envoy, neither the priest nor Koyonashika were our own. So, do you know where the Chaldeans are going to show up? Lamentably, my servant's predictions did not reach that far into the future. All I know is that they will emerge in a matter of hours. That's it? So what? We're just supposed to get back to our posts and each keep an eye out for it? They'll emerge in Russia, inside the Lostbelt. How do you know that? Simple logic, how else? The only thing they know about Earth is that as it is now, is the identities of the servant who attacked Chaldea. That's their only possible connection for emerging from void space. For them, the Oprichniki are both a threat and a means to determine their destination. So it all comes down to retribution, huh? We got them good, so now they want to get us back, which means they'll be gunning for me first and foremost. Perhaps anyway, if they are the kind of people to seek revenge, that will make them easier to deal with. Out for vengeance, huh? Man, that's rough. I doubt you'll be able to talk your way out of that one. I know. How about I help you out, Kodak? You don't really go in for all the rough and tumble stuff, do you? If you want, I can play teacher for you, show you how it's done. Hard pass. Stick to your own Lostbelt. I get enough flack, big brother shit from Pepe. Ah, come on. I really am concerned for you, you know. Besides, Pepperoncino more like our old man than our big bro. But fine. If you're set on doing this yourself, I can respect that. Good luck handling this yourself, Kodak. Go show the Grand Duchess what you're made of. Just don't push yourself too hard, alright? If things start looking dicey, don't be afraid to bail. We're just competing. We're not enemies, but we got no use for a crypter who's lost their Lostbelt. If you just want to live out your life in peace, nobody's gonna stop you, right? Wudame? Kodak, as you know, we all have consent to a non-aggression pact. As crypters, our goal is to expand our respective Lostbelt territories. Eventually, our Lostbelt borders will clash and one will inevitably be consumed. Thus will the Lostbelt with the strongest foundation of humanity feed upon the weaker ones. But it is in that clash, and only in that clash, that a crypter may interfere with another crypter's Lostbelt. If Chaldea does appear in Russia, then it falls to the king of Russia's Lostbelt to deal with him. Our duty is the reconstruction of humanity within our Lostbelts, to build a world where humans and gods can once more coexist in harmony. Now that the foreign gods invasion has ended, the task of disposing of Chaldea Yeah, is extraneous at best. It is, at this stage, nothing more than a chore. Still, I suppose I must admit that they remain a hindrance. They do have a great deal of experience overturning worlds. Kodak, I look forward to seeing what you are capable of. Eliminate this nuisance and grow Russia's tree as quickly as you can. Succeeding in the latter should make the former markedly easier. For my part, I would like to see all the Lostbelts realize their full potential, for each is the potential of humanity itself. It would be a travesty for one of them to end before its history had a chance to flourish. You don't have to tell me. I'm here to win as much as any of you. This is where I sign off. If Chaldea is coming for me, I'll be there to greet them. Yeah, I'm going to head back to the throne as well. My king's thirst for exploration and conquest is insatiable. There's no telling what sort of problem he might get into if I leave him alone for too long. Right then, I'll be off as well. Let me know if Russia sends out an SOS. Alright, I must say though, you certainly seem happy about this burial. Yep. You must get off on seeing Kodak struggling. Now, what sort of heartless bastard do you take me for, Perroncino? Oh, I'm already worried about him, you know. I'm actually worried about him. I was an only child, so I like to think of him as the little brother I never had. Why would I want to see him die? I just want to be a good big brother and look out for him. Besides, I'm thrilled to hear that he is still alive. I haven't been this happy since I first broke into their ICU. Dr. Roman kicked me out before we could have a bit of fun together back then, but now there's no one left to get in the way. Goodness me, I don't know what we're going to do about him. Anyways, I best be signing off too. Something doesn't seem right on my end either. But while you're here, David, there's something I'd like to ask you about regarding my report. What do you think about the cube in my Lostbelt? I have little information to go on. You still want my thoughts? Of course, I would so love to hear your assessment. I think that thing is your Achilles heel, the weakest of weak points for you and your Lostbelt. If Udaime or I had your Lostbelt, it'd be the first thing we got rid of. But in your particular case, Perroncino, I would leave it alone. That's just who you are. I see, then maybe I'll wait and see how it goes. Though, personally, I would love to cut it out now. Alright, I'm signing off. Our next meeting's a month from now. Yes, see you then. Each of the other cryptors has returned to their posts. Are you sure this is for the best, Lord Kershchara? No, thankfully, I doubt Kodak is up to the task of maintaining Russia's Lostbelt. The Russian King's spirit origin strength is on par with a divine spirit servant. You may be able to control him, Lord Kershchara, but there is no way Kodak can. And if the remnants of Chaldea show up there and start making trouble, there's no telling what might happen to Russia's Lostbelt. Are you worried Kodak's Lostbelt may be destroyed before it can become food for the other Sophilia? No, it's not that. It's just the way he was behaving left me with a bad feeling. And there are times when he prioritized the Grand Duchess's wishes over our objectives. So his rather ordinary nature has backfired. Very well, you do have a point. Journet, it is time to make use of your sea crossing authority. You will head for Russia and observe Kodak's action. If he has indeed turned his back on our mission, you will see to his punishment. Conus. Are you kidding me, Master? You're really sending me, the Grey Conus, out to do your housekeeping? And all cause this woman won't leave you alone? What sort of heroic spirit do you take me for? A trustworthy one, naturally. You may be coerced, but that is only your pride. And since I have bested you in combat fair and square, I know you will not renege on your promise to me. Nor will you renounce your previous statement depending on the situation, unlike the gods, unless I am mistaken and you are in fact just as fickle as they are. Wait a minute. How did a human best a servant in combat? So he's not normal then. Always got something to say, don't you, human? What a pompous, weak-kneed, pretentious scumbag. Fine, I'll be your little lapdog, but if you think I'm gonna forget about this humiliation, you got another thing coming. My luck, no. The gods' luck must have run out the day I lost to you. You want me to babysit the situation with humans struggling to fight back? Fine, I will. I can't believe you're using Coinus, the divine spirit, as nothing more than an envoy. Are you sure about sending Coinus away like this? Lord Karshitara, but isn't he or she your bodyguard? It is of no consequence. This is why I made a contract with Coinus in the first place. I trust him to be my eyes. From here on, I will be having him monitor the continent. I will also have him stop by your Lostbelt as well. I advise you to take caution when he does. As you know, he is not overly fond of women like yourself. If you offend him, he may just end up erasing your Lostbelt king and all. I am not so sure about that. My Lostbelt's king is certainly a deal more subdued than Russia's, yes. However, her power is easily a match for a divine spirit. On top of that, I have the strongest knight ever to live in my charge. I can't imagine either of them having anything to fear even from the divine spirit Coinus. I see. Then I suppose I need say nothing more. The fate of your Lostbelt will have an impact on mine as well. If possible, I would prefer that our respective Lostbelts be the last two remaining in our competition. Our victory may be inevitable, but some manner of winning are better than others, and my victory must want for nothing. I expect great things from you, Ophelia. I need as many capable compatriots as possible. Yes, Lord Kashitara. I promise I won't let you down. The roots of cosmic fantasy have descended upon us. The advent of the foreign god is at hand. After 3 months, the Lostbelts have finished their rewrites. Both this planet and the next generation of human history now belongs to us. But that is not enough. I will not be satisfied with that alone. The sages from proper human history abandoned humans in their naivety. The one who calls himself the King of Mages first pitied humanity, but soon washed his hands of them. But not me. I will never relax my grip. It has been 2,000 years since mystics disappeared, when the foundation of the world were passed on to mankind. Now I will attempt to reach a world that no sage ever could. I will attempt to enact an idea that no mage has ever before conceived. Just you watch, Marisbury Animosphere. Watch as I achieve what you only ever dared dream of. Is this really a competition? Who the hell? Oh, it's that chick. What is she? I'm guessing not even the Japanese know who she is, considering they just finished Atlantis. Huh, that was interesting. Empire of Beasts. Section 1, Lostbelt, Empire of Beasts. There we go. Damn. It's really getting bad out here, but I can still smell 3 of them. If I don't take them out now, I'll starve to death this winter for sure. Guess I'll just have to hang in there a little longer. Damn, it's a secret. A quick chat. Damn it, you little. Die! Die! Go to hell! I don't even know why I said that. Damn it, what a waste. Damn. Now its brains are leaking out. Guess it's time to pack it in. Damn it. I'm so hungry. I really don't want to starve to death. Wow. Was that an earthquake? Was that one of the big guys? If it was, I guess I won't have to worry about starving to death. Damn it. God damn it. It's so cold. It's never this cold. And I can't tell if the Orichniki are listening or not as usual. Looks like it's gonna be an especially harsh winter. On a different note, what the hell is up with that tree? It almost looks like a giant tower. In this version of history, demonic beasts have been present since the very beginning. Humanity here evolved along particularly unique route in order to combat both the beast and the perpetual blizzard that surrounded the land. In this world, there is nothing worse than weakness. To die is to admit defeat. Here, strength is justice and justice is strength. It is a world of permafrost where the notion of might makes right has been taken to its logical conclusion. And now, Dante Yeager and his companions are about to set foot in this alternate history. Ooh! Hey, wake the hell up. Basically what Fu's saying. Morning, Caldebach. It's been a week since all that went down. I think I'm finally getting used to my room here. Good morning, Senpai. Are you awake? Of course I am. Oh good, then I hope you don't mind if I come in. I brought you some breakfast, so we do have food. Of course, we still only have rations and only enough for another 6 days too. It's a lot better than nothing, thanks Mosh. We're still continuing our zero sail. It's been about a week since we embarked. Fortunately, the enemy organization that took over Chaldea doesn't seem to have followed us here. But I wish I knew how long this was going to continue. Time is one of the fundaments of our universe. But time doesn't intrinsically have a past or future. Those are just axes we came up with to help us keep track of it. As long as time goes on, a little shake-up before or after won't make any difference. But here in void space, time doesn't go on. We won't suffer the effects of age as long as we stay here, but we also don't know what will happen once we emerge in normal space. We might return at exactly the instant we left, or we might find that we've been gone for hundreds of years. I wouldn't be surprised if we just aged instantly as soon as we exited void space, like when Urashina Toru opened the Tamete Bako. That's unsettling. Yes, it is. Still, Da Vinci says she's been working on correcting the disparity between us and the outside so that won't happen. Maybe it would be best if you talk to her yourself, Senpai. Why don't we go to the cockpit? I must say, I was relieved to find out the shadow border interior is more spacious than it looked from the outside. Da Vinci says she managed to give it twice as much room by warping its internal space. Thanks to that, we have just enough living facilities to cover the bare necessities. I do feel a little bad that all 4 staff members have to share one room, though. Thank you for your concern, Fo. I have special needs as a demi-servant, so I'm staying in the treatment room by myself. As for the other private rooms, yes, Dr. Goldoff is staying in the captain's quarters. Da Vinci has her capsule in the computer room, and Holmes seems to be sleeping in the workshop. We also have air conditioning, a storage room, and an armory, although the new director has prohibited us from going in there. And since we have 2 large cruisers worth of space, Da Vinci and Holmes were even able to make the cockpit/bridge several meters wide. Alright, let's head to the cockpit now. Yeah. Enough of this nonsense, your flimsy excuse for a detector. Why do you insist on keeping us here? We must be in a safe zone by now. It is, as I have said, a more difficult question than you seem to realize. We must first discuss how we might even define a safe zone. For example, can we say that we are safe here in void space thanks to the lack of enemies in our vicinity? I'm afraid the answer is a resounding no. For that matter, there are no enemies to be found in void space. Consequently, we need not concern ourselves with attempts to pursuit. No, what we must concern ourselves with is a threat far greater, one that quite literally surrounded us. In other words, my good Musik, the question is not one of when we should emerge, but of how. You mean to tell me it's not even possible for us to leave? How can you be so blasé about such a nightmarish prospect? Looks like Holmes and the new director are getting along nicely, Senpai. I'm almost sorry to interrupt them. I'm not. Good morning, everyone. Dante Yeager and Moss Curry Light reporting in for the latest status update. Good morning. Can you two shut up? Good morning, you two. Have you already had breakfast? Yes, thank you. I had an Italian cuisine ration myself, and Senpai is just about to have his. Oh, so you lower level employees are stuck with the rations, eh? How sad. I had a plate of warm French toast and tea with extra milk myself. It is, of course, important to my role as a captain. The captain needs a lot of calories to have enough energy to keep the crew together. I swear, who do you think you are, hogging all the halfway decent non-perishables for yourself? Nothing wrong with that. The quality of one's diet has a pronounced effect on one's mental state, after all. I'm going to kill him. I'm definitely going to kill him. And Holmes is not going to be able to stop me from killing him. Those who are unwilling to endure discomfort should make every effort to eat well on a daily basis. Besides, a hot cup of tea is a small price to pay, for it helps eliminate the greatest source of disorder in our little community. Don't you agree, Mr. Manunere? Well, I can't argue with that, especially when the guy who's less willing to deal with discomfort than anyone is actually managing it. You mean me? Not to worry, I have a store of my own little remedy to fall back on. If the time ever comes when I need to calm my nerves, it should do the trick nicely. Why, I can keep going like this for a month. Oh, never mind how strong your willpower is. You still haven't answered my question, Holmes. You just told me it isn't that you refuse to emerge, but that we can emerge. What did you mean by that? And remember, I have appointed you Caldea's new administrative advisor. How about you show a little gratitude for the appointment? Now, tell me exactly what's going on. Why can't we just leave his fat ass in the snow to rot? To be frozen, like seriously, or to be eaten by the wolves, because he is annoying. Feed goes off to the damn wolves. Oh, Yorishiko. I'm not normally particularly concerned with titles, but I must say, being an administrative advisor has been a novel experience. Dude, can we just feed him to wolves already? Because he is annoying, Yoshiko. Yoshiki, my bad. To be honest, I am rather excited to be exercising my own untapped talent to meet this job's demands. Huh? How did that end up happening? Does Director Goldov have a death wish or something? Murder him, please. Well, he's already got Da Vinci serving his technical advisor, right? He probably just appointed Holmes to administrative staff because he doesn't have any other manager to help him right now. Fucking space magic. I can hear you, you know. He wasn't saying it under his breath. He was saying it loud enough for you to hear, jackass. How? Now, come on, Holmes. Out with it. Are we going to survive or aren't we? We're not going to survive. I'm afraid survive is too broad a term for me to provide a satisfactory answer, but I can at least outline the possible results of our emergence. Strictly speaking, it's not that we cannot emerge, rather we have nowhere to emerge to. At the present moment, we are voyaging across the void space, a world existing on a negative vector, to put it another way. So in order to return to reality, we need a connection to it. An anchor, if you will. Fortunately, anything should be able to serve as an anchor as long as it exists in reality. We have an anchor. Anastasia. So as long as someone here has such a connection, we should be able to escape from this void space. However, we are unable to do so at this time, which means The world itself has been utterly wiped clean. Ah, that's ridiculous. What do you mean wiped clean? That there's nothing left anywhere? I am certainly willing to admit that it was terrifying seeing those meteoroids. I suppose they were falling to the earth while we were in Antarctica. Given their size, the impacts must have been absolutely devastating. No doubt the destruction was many times worse than the Tunguska event. Terrible as that may be, there is simply no way that could have been a cataclysm capable of wiping every nation off the face of the earth. And of course, let us not forget the clock tower. London's clock tower has been around for millennia. It is the greatest bastion of magecraft in existence, guarded by hundreds of defense mechanisms. There's no possible way it could be destroyed. I guess no one ever told him about the Mist City. With all due respect, Goldoff, I'm afraid the Mages Association in London has been destroyed as well. Boom. Dropped the bomb on his dumb ass. Oh shit. Every single nation, all destroyed. With the exception of those of us here, the entirety of humanity has been wiped from existence. Or at least so Kashitara Wade believes. Otherwise, he would never have made that proclamation. That's impossible. The world couldn't possibly be destroyed so easily. It couldn't possibly. Right? You all agree, don't you? Why are you looking so gloom? Stop that. Dante Yeager. You may be a cheeky little bastard, but I can tell you have sensibilities much more in line with my own. Go on then, you tell them Holmes is making this all up or wrong or something. This isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened. Goldoff, you need to face the facts, fat ass. Huh? Don't tell me you're serious about this too. Aren't you like me? No, I'm not a fucking idiot. It can't be, then there really isn't. There's nothing at all left on the earth. Not even my beloved Hawaii or the Monaco Grand Prix or the racetrack I always dreamed of visiting one day. The Suzaku circuit. Wait, why haven't you just gone? You have not been that busy, fat ass. This is terrible, but then again, this could be our chance to create a brand new organization for magecraft from scratch. What do you all think? When life gives you lemons, right? Wow, he actually said something smart. And how would we do that when all the rest of humanity's been wiped out? I think he means after we fix everything. But hey, if you want to make an association of one, go nuts, old man. I am not old. I may have a year or two on you, but I am still a dashing specimen in the prime of my youth. Then shave the beard. All that said, we do have one possible exit point. There is something on Earth to which we both have a connection, and that has a solid chance of existing. The Ochiniki, the black-garbed army that attacked Chaldea. We know of them, and they know of us. And that makes an almost complete connection between our two groups. If we were to emerge, we would most likely do so wherever they currently are. You mean we'd end up at their HQ? Obviously. I see, right into the heart of enemy territory, eh? That would certainly be extremely dangerous. Yes, it would. But we can't stay here in void space forever. The shadow borders reserves are running low. We're almost out of food, water, and power. Indeed, we will need to emerge soon no matter what, but I would like to do so at the best possible time. Fortunately, we have the paper moon and compass capable of measuring standard space and void space simultaneously. We have been using it all this time to look for a comparatively safe location wherever we emerge, which is to say, an area devoid of hostility. Isn't that right, Da Vinci? I take it you're about done by now. Good morning, everyone. It's me, Da Vinci John. No need to fill me in. I've been listening along this whole time. In fact, whenever I'm acting as the computer room's bio unit, I can see everything that happens inside the shadow border. So don't go thinking you can keep any secrets from me, Goldoff. That goes for you too, Holmes. Holmes raised that eyebrow. Now then, I've already got my eye on an area crawling with Oprichniki. I've also gone ahead and plotted a course to emerge there. As luck would have it, we are even nearing a current that should do the trick nicely. Gah! If we headed that way now, we could hitch a ride and be carried along that course in about 5 minutes. If we miss this wave, we'll have to wait 10 days for the next one. By that time, the shadow border will be almost completely out of power. So what I'm getting at is, if we're going to emerge, it's now or never, obviously. You got it. That's what I like to hear, Dante Yeager. Make sure to stop by and thank me for being so amazing later. Incidentally, according to the paper moon, this wave will bring us back to standard space approximately 90 days after we left. So, that means we'll be emerging around early April in the year 2020. Man, we really lucked out. One wrong move and we could have ended up on a wave that would have taken us there 100 years later. If we'd emerged into standard space, then it'll probably be way too late to do anything. Slow down, slow down. You mean a few days difference can affect our exit time that much? Is that normal for zero sales travel? If we emerged 100 years later, the Musket residence will be no more than a ruin. And you couldn't do that. That's my house. Notice how much quicker he is to grab stuff when it affects him directly. Try to remember that everything on Earth has already been destroyed. Now then, it seems we are faced with a decision. The perfect wave on which we can ride to re-enter reality is nearly upon us. Are you all prepared to take it? There is no telling what the world will look like when we get there. All we can say for certain at this point is that we will be emerging on the Oprichniki home turf. Oprichniki. We are very likely to be attacked the moment we appear. Even so, we'll just have to take that chance. What are you, some sort of adventure crazed nut? Definitely, yep. Huh? What was that, Mr. El-Melloi? I don't know. We recoiled with something, collided with something, and now the left screw has shut down. We found the void-based border wall. The collision has damaged our armor. Part of the logic formula is missing. What did you say? The armor's been damaged? Why did you improvised fools use such cheap materials? If I still had my fortune, money would have been no option. He must have spent all his money acquiring Chaldea. Well, this certainly isn't good. We can't maintain the vehicle's balance anymore. Looks like this is it for our maiden zero sale. At least we should still be able to raise the bow and re-enter standard space, but after that, I think we'll need to step outside to make repairs. Holmes? Quite so. Given the circumstances, our hands are tied. This is indeed the end of our maiden zero sale. All hands prepare to emerge. All done talking, then let's go catch ourselves a wave. I didn't agree to that. Wait, let me get my seatbelt on. All hands, take your seats. You are not to get incapacitated under any circumstances. That goes for you too, Dante Yeager. As long as you're strapped in, you won't suffer any serious injuries. Trust me, I speak from experience. Activating Paper Moon, initiating planet navigational chart plus minus convergence, commencing shadow borders, docking sequence into reality boundary. Firing existence verification tether into reality space. Archiniki anchor point confirmed. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Nobody knows, nobody can even guess, so we must be prepared for anything. The only way we will learn what awaits us when we emerge is to see it for ourselves. Emerging from void space, 30 seconds until arrival in reality space. 0 cell complete, emerging into reality space. Oh fuck. We're doomed. I like that little animation that we're getting right now. That's actually pretty nice. Lostbelt death. Welcome to AD 1570, Permafrost Empire, Anastasia, the Grand Duchess of the Beast Nation. Fate Grand Order, Cosmos in the Lostbelt. Okay guys, once it's done, I'm gonna have to call this a stream because I have to actually get ready for work. So you guys will see another live stream hopefully tomorrow, definitely tomorrow, and definitely on Sunday. So look forward to that. So this has been Hunter the Ray Dragon. I would like to thank Yoshiki Haru for joining me on YouTube, and I hope to see all of you guys next time. Peace.